This episode of Not Too Deep is brought to you by our good buddies at Squarespace. Did you know that a dream is just a great idea that doesn't have a website yet? Well, now you know. Make it a reality with Squarespace. Squarespace makes it easy to turn your idea into a unique website. Showcase your work, blog, or publish content, even sell products or services of all kinds in just a few clicks. With 24/7 award-winning customer support, you can customize everything from look and feel to settings and products using beautiful templates created by world-class designers. And there's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever. So head on over to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code GRACE, G-R-A-C-E, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
You set, Jack?
I'm all set, Grace.
Oh, hi, Jack Ferry. How are you?
I'm good, Grace Helbig. How are you?
I'm good. I like that.
This very organic introduction.
Yeah, just a very smooth, casual, extremely formal introduction. Don't mind us. So it's April by the time we air this episode.
That's correct, yes. Spring has sprung.
Spring has sprung. We're 4 months into 2018.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going for you?
Things are going well. I don't have any further updates on my catfishing incident.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but I also wanted to know.
But I did find that now people are impersonating me on Instagram.
Well, when you make it a public service announcement about your catfishing, you do open yourself up to people being like, this will be funny if I do this too.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah. So highly encourage everyone to find other creative ways in which you can impersonate Jack online.
Don't. Please, I hate it.
I would love it. It'd be fun, if only for my benefit. Clearly not Jack's.
Please don't.
It's festival season.
It is indeed, yes.
Have you ever been to a music festival?
Yeah. I went to the Lilith Fair.
You did?
I did. You know why? Because I support women in music.
Okay. I mean, I didn't need a reason, but sure. Thanks for that.
I think it was in like the late 90s.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw Sarah McLachlan live, baby.
That sounds like a joke.
No, I legitimately went to the Lilith Fair with my girlfriend.
Oh my God.
In like Sea Caucus, New Jersey or something.
Was it so much fun though?
Yeah, I had a great time actually. I do like music festivals.
Have you ever done Coachella?
I have not done Coachella.
Neither have I.
And every year I want to go less and less.
Yeah, it's becoming a parody of itself.
Yes.
Which is funny to me to see, but also becomes annoying, but I can't say that anymore because Mamrie and I now have a house that we share in Palm Springs that we're hoping to make profit off of because of Coachella. So I have to be nothing but supportive of that music festival now.
Yeah. I mean, that's ironic too because I also love going to Palm Springs.
Right.
And I've never been to Coachella.
Which for those that don't know, Coachella happens in Palm Springs, this area that's like 2 hours outside of Los Angeles.
Yeah. And it's like
a desert.
One of the best parts of California.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's so fun. Just look at my previous Instagram stories for fun shenanigans.
But generally speaking, I don't really like seeing music played at a festival because the sets are really short and it's like such a hodgepodge. And sometimes you have to like bounce from stage to stage to see like, well, I really want to see Tame Impala, but I also want to see, whatever, Kanye. And it's like they're playing at the same time on 2 separate stages. And it's like, whereas I would rather just like go to their show.
Concert, yeah.
Yeah,
that's fair.
But I also feel like a lot of these festivals now have turned into just like fashion shows as opposed to...
Yeah, it's how weird can I look and make you think that I'm not looking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like literally people are just going to show up with garbage bags all over them. And you're going to be like, this is fashion. It's like New York Fashion Week.
It feels like that, yeah. I also wonder if people look as stupid as we think they do when they like take those photos at like Burning Man.
Oh yeah, that you're like, if an alien were to come down and land in the middle of Coachella and look around, or like let's say your great-great-grandparents were to be transported to the middle of Coachella 2018 and look around, what would they think? They'd be like, something bad happened.
Yeah, they'd be like, what kind of Blade Runner dystopian like sci-fi land did I enter into?
Yeah, also, this is going to make me sound old as fuck, but it just looks cumbersome. It looks like you're not comfortable. You're in the middle of the desert. You're sweating. You got dust rolling around everywhere. That's why everyone has to wear bandanas so that they don't breathe in dust all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're putting belly chains all over your whole body.
Right.
And I'm like,
covered in glitter.
That's going to chafe.
Agreed.
Yeah, no offense to look at it from a practical sense, but If you went with just a pair of sweatpants and like a tank top, you'd be the belle of the ball.
Much more comfortable, at least. But I just think it's really funny, like when you see, like this happens even in LA. Like if you like go to wherever that wall is with like the angel wings that are painted.
That everyone Instagrams in front of.
Yeah, and I think there's just, and take it from somebody who posts lots of selfies, there is no way to look cool when you're taking a photo for social media.
Well, it's like watching someone take a photo in front of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Sorry, the mouth said what the brain and body want.
Yeah.
When the photos of people taking photos, like of tens of people on that lawn doing the same movement, is like the dumbest photo of all time.
Yeah.
And it's so fun. But yeah, everyone looks stupid. But that said, Jack spent a good 5 to 10 minutes experimenting with the portrait mode front-facing camera on my new iPhone X before we started recording.
Gotta say, big fan.
Wish we had recorded you. Literally, this is all I heard. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Just delighted by his own face.
You know, I am a big fan of the selfie as an artistic form of expression.
Yep.
As we all know. And, you know, when you give me the iPhone 10, it's like giving me
it's like giving it the Tasmanian devil a Red Bull. Just be like, good luck.
I was going to say giving Picasso the fanciest paintbrush.
Oh, okay, sure. So we each have a different comparison. That's totally fair. What's the last concert you went to?
Oh boy. I think I might be the Vampire Weekend.
Oh, fun.
And Beirut at the Hollywood Bowl.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was really fun.
I've never been to the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, you got to go. It's really great.
I know. That's all I hear.
Yeah.
I saw Future Islands at, what's the outdoor venue on the east side?
The Greek?
The Greek, yeah. And that was fantastic. Yeah. That venue's so great.
Yeah.
This is a very insular conversation for people that don't live in Los Angeles. Sorry.
Yeah, but I used to go to shows all the time because I used to do a music video show.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like many years ago. And I used to like make music videos. Like I made music videos for actually the last concert I saw actually was Ted Leo and the Pharmacists, that he was on a tour and like I'm friends with Ted because I made a music video with him.
That's cool.
And so I used to go to shows all the time. I used to go to a show when I lived in New York because I lived down the street from like the Bowery Ballroom and the Mercury Lounge. I would go to a show like 4 times a week.
Yeah, it's just available.
And at a certain point, I just got tired of seeing music just because, I don't know, I kind of burned myself out after doing it for too much. And then the other thing too that really bugs me now is when I go to shows is so many people try to film like the entire show on their phone. And I'm like,
I'm victim of this. I have done this in the past.
You filmed the entire show?
No, not the entire show. I did go to a show in Brooklyn recently when I was there, and I'm forgetting who it was, but it was this like really great group. The name was the guy's name. I forget. Brooks took me, but there was a guy that was live streaming on his phone the entire show. And I was so fascinated by this man that was live streaming, like periscoping this whole show, that I was like watching him for the majority of the show rather than the actual show. Because I was like, when's he gonna stop?
Yeah,
his arm has gotta hurt, and this is a bad quality video.
I know.
And I could see that there were like 3 people watching. And so I was like, this has to be for like friends or a family member or something. Yeah. This can't be that he's like, I owe it to society to film this, that they couldn't be here.
Yeah, if your best friend like shatters his femur, that's the only time I think it's acceptable. But otherwise, it's like, you are never going to watch that video, dude. No one cares. The quality is shit. It sounds awful. Put your freaking phone down and like live and enjoy the moment.
Also, just posting it on social media, I get it. I've done it when you're inebriated. I went to Taylor Swift. I lost my damn mind. I posted probably an hour's worth of Snapchats.
But I mean, taking a couple seconds here or there doesn't bother me. It's the people that are filming the entire show that are like blocking people's view. That's the thing that makes me go, oh God, stop. What are you doing?
Yeah. So this has just been Jack and I shitting on people that like concerts and music festivals.
Yeah, sorry.
Hope you enjoyed this.
Sorry.
But speaking of people that shit on people, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I am so excited to have this guest with us today. You guys know by now, if you don't know, I'm a huge reality TV fan. I love everything on Bravo, all Real Housewives, and especially Vanderpump Rules. And so I'm so goddamn excited that we have Stassi Schroeder from Vanderpump Rules, or should I say Nastasia?
Nastasia.
Schroeder from Vanderpump Rules on this episode. And she was so wonderful and so fun. And immediately
and not at all the villain that she is portrayed to be.
No, but also like had a lot of really interesting information. And so you basically just get to listen to me quietly, not so quietly, fangirl, and ask all the secret things I want to know about Vanderpump Rules for the next like hour.
It was very eye-opening about how she approaches being a reality TV
That it's a
star.
job.
Yeah, it's interesting to me.
And it's really fascinating, how she breaks down like why you have to treat it a certain way and how people shouldn't get into it at all or seek to look it out for any sort of occupation. But it was really fun. And so I'm really excited for you guys to listen to this episode of Not Too Deep with Stassi Schroeder, one of the witches of WeHo.
Not too deep. With Grace Helbig.
Hey, buddies. And Jack, hi.
Oh, hi, Grace.
Hi. Welcome to this ad.
Thank you.
Today's support for our show comes from, you guessed it probably, Squarespace.
Our good buddies.
Guess what they say? Think it, dream it, make it with Squarespace.
Boom.
Yep.
I love Squarespace because they have beautiful templates created by world-class designers. They make it easy to turn your idea into a new and unique website.
And you can stand out from the rest because you can customize everything from look and feel to settings and products. And it's all optimized for mobile right out of the box with built-in search engine optimization.
You can showcase your work, blog or publish content, announce a new special project, even sell products and services of all kinds with just a few clicks.
Use Squarespace's analytics to help you grow in real time.
And there's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever.
But if you do have a question, which is totally okay, Squarespace has award-winning 24/7 customer support, and they're there to help you no matter what.
And I am very proud to say that I've never needed to use the 24/7 customer support when I have created my many websites using Squarespace. But it is nice to know that it's there.
So keep dreaming, but make it a reality with a website from Squarespace.
So head on over to squarespace.com for your free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code GRACE, GRACE, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
That is squarespace.com, offer code GRACE.
Not too deep.
Hey friends that wear makeup or use any sort of skincare products, do you read the labels on the back? Most people don't, myself included, but Juice Beauty wants to change that. Guess what I learned that is kind of shocking and bonkers, but is important to know that your skin can absorb up to 60% of what you put on it. So what goes on your skin can be as important as what goes in your body. And made with certified organic ingredients, Juice Beauty promises to always formulate without parabens, silicons, petroleum, or any other potentially harmful ingredients. Their formulas use naturally derived ingredients to provide clinically validated results that are just as good, if not better, than conventional beauty products. They have this Juice Beauty Phytopigments Illuminating Primer that evens skin tone while hydrating and providing plumping moisture to skin. And I can attest this. They sent me a bunch of their products, which are all awesome, and they smell like green apples, and it's very nice and wonderful and feels luxurious. And the primer has been fantastic for me. I use it before I put my makeup on, and it keeps my makeup on my face all day long. Doesn't feel heavy, evens my skin tone, and actually makes it feel like I'm adding moisture and hydrating my skin, which, let's get real, guys, I'm dehydrated all the time, every day. So I need every help I can get. And if you go to juicebeauty.com/grace, you can get exclusive savings on your first order when you use the code GRACE20, GRACE20 at checkout. So go check them out. We're here with Stassi. Yay!
Woo!
Or as your birth name, Nastasia?
Yeah, nice work. You got that first try.
Nastasia.
I'm really impressed.
When did it change to Stassi?
I've always been Stassi.
Okay.
Because my grandmother thought my name was ridiculous. She's like, no one's going to be able to say that.
So your grandmother just hated your mother for
Pretty
naming
much.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
then
it's always
decided
been
to make
Stassi.
it her own.
Yeah.
That's great. That's super fun. And we're just saying, so you have your own podcast.
I do.
And you've been doing that for like how long now?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
And okay, I will say I'm a massive Vanderpump Rules fan. So one, thank you for being here.
Oh, well, thank you for keeping me employed.
No, of course. That's how I feel about anyone that watches a YouTube video. I'm like, please don't ever stop. But I think the coolest thing is being able to take that and do something like a podcast and sort of have your own creative entity that isn't produced by people.
Well, I mean, I always, besides that part of it, of course, like it's so awesome to be able to to not have somebody editing me and to be able to just put out my own content. I feel really creative. But I always say that if you're doing reality, like people who do reality TV just for the sake of reality TV, like they're serial killers. Like it's not a job that you would want to just do and have that be it.
Right. No, it seems insane to be like, I just want people to watch me, but that's essentially my job as a YouTuber is that I have to like.
But you're doing it.
You're
it's yours.
it at least.
At least, you get to circumvent all the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
But so it must feel really freeing to be able to have the podcast where you're like, this is just me unapologetically.
Well, I've noticed a huge shift in the way people see me and the way they feel about me. And I know that's because of my podcast.
Really?
Yeah. Because I mean, the first few seasons of Vanderpump Rules, like I was a little villainous, but you're only seeing a short part of everything that I filmed and what I went through and what we all went through together.
Right.
But with my podcast, it's kind of, you can just see who I am just in a real raw way.
A more full picture.
Yeah, more well-rounded picture.
Yeah, that to me is the most interesting thing and the thing that I like wanted to talk to you about because I'm so fascinated by reality television. Jack and I talk about this a lot. I also watch the show Unreal.
I love Unreal.
Okay, I was going to say I feel like I love it too and I feel like people that are on reality shows either have one of two reactions. That reaction that you love it or that you hate it because it might feel too real or too distant from what you've been through.
There are like a few things that are similar to Vanderpump Rules, but our show isn't like that. Right. I would imagine all of the Bachelor contestants don't like watching Unreal because it's like having a bad nightmare, like PTSD. Like, but I've heard, like, I talk to my producers and my sound guys and the crew all the time, and some of them have worked on The Bachelor many times, and they tell me they don't like it. They're like, it's evil,
soul crushing.
Yeah,
and because that's. Vanderpump is more of just like, here's slice of life, then here's a competition where we're incubating these like emotions that don't normally come out of people.
Yes. I mean, of course, there's a lot of manipulation in every reality show and our show and all that too, but not even close to that type of level.
So I was going to ask, you have a friendship or at least a companionship with the producers and the people that like work behind the scenes on the show.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite. That's actually like, I would say one of my favorite parts of doing Vanderpump Rules and going back each season is because we're one of the only shows that's the crew all make an effort to come back. So we've had the same crew for 6 years.
Nice.
So it's like family.
Yeah.
Like
that's cool.
Yeah. So
and that makes you guys more comfortable around them rather than like, here's a random guy that's going to watch me make coffee, I guess, this morning.
No, it makes it so much fun because I look forward to going to work. I look forward to going to a scene, not just to see whoever I'm filming with, but to see
and
the
you
crew.
Can say if you can't talk about this or whatever, but that's always fascinating to me. That's called like scenes. Like in a movie, that it's like, I'm going to this thing and you don't know, or you do know like what's about to happen to you in this situation. Are you kind of given an understanding of like, we're going to get from point A to point C and whatever happens in between will happen?
I mean, obviously I don't know exactly what's going to go on when we're filming, but when I show up, I can't just sit and talk about what I had for breakfast.
Right.
So I'm like, what's going on? Let us know what's the story, like what's happening.
Right.
And those are my real reactions. And those are the way that's the way I would talk about things. It's the way I would be with my friends. It's just, you have to like consolidate it. Right. If that makes any sense.
You have to get to the meat and potatoes.
Yeah. You can't just sit and
you can't sit
around.
And let it hang in front of you and then wait and be like, this is what they want. They want us to talk about this. So let's just get to it.
Yeah. And it's things you would talk about anyway. We have to talk about it right then and there.
That's so fascinating. Do you find that now off camera when you guys, because I follow social media, you guys all seem like you hang out, like you're real genuine friends.
Yeah.
And
it's when I like think, it's when I like float above my body and look down at the situation, I don't know anyone else in this world, in the reality TV world, that's really like this. We are an actual group of friends.
No, that's what's so fascinating.
That hang out all the time.
Right. And so it feels like this weird, like how the reality bleeds into the reality show that you guys there must be some strangeness when you're done filming for a season and then it's just you guys hanging out normal and being like, so
it's not really? Strange because it's been our lives for 6 years and it's just we were friends before and that's why we were all put on the show, so it didn't really change anything. So even like after a scene that we're filming, we continue to like, I stay there.
Hang out. Yeah.
I guess keep hanging out.
Right.
And like, I'll stay at Katie's apartment and we'll be like, okay, what do you want to do now?
No, that makes, yeah.
That's funny.
Now that there's less people in the room, let's just still
do you want to
hang
watch
out.
TV or do you want to go get happy hour?
So you guys all met at the restaurant at Sir, or did you knew each other before that?
Me, Katie, and Kristen met at the restaurant, and the boys like Tom, and Jax met outside of that.
Okay,
and then they started dating us, and then it like it just became
They
this
got
like
sucked in.
it was like Friends.
Yeah.
We would always
literally
just
the TV show
liken
Friends.
ourselves to Friends.
Yeah. Which one are you?
Rachel.
Okay. Wait, who's Phoebe?
Katie.
Okay, I can see that.
Because Kate, that one's a little whatever, but because Kristen's so OCD and Monica-ish that it was just like, yeah,
you
Katie,
get the last one.
You're Phoebe.
Yeah, by default. That makes sense. No, I worked at every like chain restaurant growing up in New Jersey and in New York, known to man, and so it's always. And Jack and I were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Just the fascinating like dynamic that happens at a restaurant where it becomes its own little ecosystem. It becomes its own little community.
Yeah.
Is it still like that, or obviously it's changed over the last like 5 years or so?
Well, our lives have changed so much that the restaurant has expanded.
Right.
So there's so many more people working at the restaurant, and I'm not working there anymore. Kristen's not working there anymore, and it's really like a lot of the cast, my friends and the cast members, they do go in there. They just can't as often.
Right. I was going to say, what's now? I assume the biggest change is that you guys are. The people that work there, quote unquote, work there, but much less frequently.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. It's like going to Disneyland and seeing Mickey Mouse, and then there's going to be a line of people that went to Disneyland to see Mickey Mouse, so they want a photo.
Right.
So it's really hard to do your job when there's a
Yeah.
line of people just following you around.
Yeah, that must be the weird thing. It's
like a Congo line.
Yeah. It's amazing promotion for the show and for the restaurant through this show. But at the same time, you cause like a complete like lack of being able to do a job properly because of this like weird thing that's eating its own tail.
Yeah. We've tried to figure it out, like, and our producers have, and everyone's tried to figure out how to keep it normal as it possibly can.
Right.
For every single year. So it's always something that's like being debated.
Right. Yeah, because I'm sure it's something that you can't predict what the outcome of a reality show is going to be, especially on Bravo. I feel like I'm a big Bravo head. And so you watch shows live and die for like less than a season. And something like this, you're like, we don't even know if this is going to keep going.
Do you know how scared I was when we did the first season that I was like, oh my God, I might be the chick who was a waitress who was on a reality show one season. And then I'm
my
still a
Wikipedia
waitress
entry.
after. Like, and
Oh, yeah.
and then it's like, I would be serving people and they're going to be like, remember that one time 7 years ago when you were on one failed season? I was scared of that.
Yeah. What was the feeling after the first season? I imagine because you guys didn't know what to expect. Your stories are in the hands of these other people.
Oh no. After we wrapped the finale, I was like, this is going to be good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, there's no way that we won't get another season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you guys talk at all before you start filming of what the potential storylines will be?
We tried that the first 2 years and that never worked.
Because
it never works.
That's the funniest thing to me about all of these like Real Housewives and everything is that they're reality shows that are becoming, and Jack, I'm sorry that you might be excluded from this conversation because you don't know as much as I do about this.
I don't. It's like listening to a savant or something. Like you know so much about this.
This is my relaxation. Is that they've become so self-aware. That's why I love the reunion episodes because I'm like, someone's got receipts in a new way that I've never seen before, and I cannot wait. What's behind that goddamn couch?
Those are the best. Like taking out the manila envelope, the manila folder.
They're all Carrot Top. It's all prop comedy. I'm like, someone's bringing out some sort of prop. It's going to be a baby doll or it's going to be printed out receipts. Something's going to happen, and I cannot wait. But they also start talking about how they call each other beforehand to be like, you said that your storyline was going to be this, and that's why you did this to her. And it's like, oh, they're trying to outproduce the producers on the show.
It never works.
Yeah, good luck.
It never works. And every time, because before every season, we have to go in and meet with our showrunner and main producer.
Just to figure, so they can figure like what's going on in your world.
So like we meet for like an hour or two, one by one. Like we get wasted he literally sits at a restaurant all day long.
He knows what he's doing.
And rotates us. And he asks us everything about our lives and asks us how we feel about everyone and what's going on. And then he says, so what do you think is going to happen for you this season? Like, what do you think your storyline would be? And he tells me this every time. And I always forget this, but you just reminded me.
Yeah.
He's like, you're the only person that says, I have no fucking idea. I'm just going to sit and react. Because it's like, you can't plan it.
Yeah.
So like, if you're going to go in and be like, this season, I'm going to be like this and I'm going to like really fight with it. It just it doesn't work that way. You have to be authentic and just roll with it.
For sure. And that's the most interesting TV. Because if you try to plan out your narrative, they're going to fuck with you and change your narrative.
Absolutely.
And then you're going to be this like, I don't know how to control this. I'm spiraling out now.
You'll drive yourself crazy.
Yeah.
People have driven themselves crazy trying to do that.
So do you watch reality TV as well?
Oh, yeah.
What's your like big shows?
Bachelor.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't watch last season, but I watched the finale.
Oh.
Because everyone talked about it. I wasn't an Ari fan, so I was like, what is...
No one's an Ari fan.
But even before it happened.
Right.
I'm like, why are they...
He's a doof.
Yes. But I had to watch the finale. It
was intense. I still look up their Instagrams and be like, what's really going on here? And
it's
it just
so bizarre.
It seems plastic smiles. It's real tough to look at, but fascinating on like a human interest level.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And when they started, did you see, Jack, that he was like DMing people? Like,
no.
I did.
Really?
Yeah, that like the other girl, Becca, the one that was like too young, she started just like showing the DMs that he was sending her when he was like,
awesome.
It was pretty fantastic.
Wow.
It was like the best, worst thing that show could have happen.
And that wasn't produced? That was organic? That's something that actually happened?
That's the thing. I trust nothing.
Yeah,
in
it's so
reality
hard
TV.
to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially after watching Unreal. Just knowing how much manipulation is going on.
Right. And how much a producer might not do anything, but say the wrong or right thing to someone that spirals them into something else. And they're like, it worked.
Yeah. And I think there's a specific type of personality that goes on that show, I think, too, that maybe lends itself to like the power of suggestion.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the producer can kind of... But that's something they show on Unreal all the time. Like the producer's like aware, like I'm going to manipulate this person based on their like neuroses.
For sure. I was just on Caitlin Bristol's podcast, and she was a Bachelorette seasons back.
Yeah.
And she even said it's like offhandedly, like, yeah, you're pumped full of booze and you're filming until 7 a.m. And so at the end of the night, you're like, what am I saying? What am I doing?
Right.
And you're like, oh, okay. But she talked about it so casually that I was like, I want to ask you 10,000 more questions about this, but I'm going to reserve and not be a total freak right now. You make jewelry.
My mom is a jewelry designer, and she has been since I was a little kid.
Really?
And so for a few years, I worked with another company, and now I help and work with her, and I will come up with things, and she makes them. I don't know how to actually use my hands to make them. I just tell her exactly what I want, and I'm thinking in my brain.
Yeah.
And she does
You describe your vision, and then your mom implements it.
That's great. And your family's been on the show.
Yes.
Your little brother's like a guru of advice.
Oh, he's
like,
fucking fantastic.
He's too wise that I feel like he's
creepy.
been Benjamin Buttoned, and he's like actually 70 years old.
I know,
and knows everything about the world.
It's insane.
How do they feel about either being on the show or you being on the show? Does your mom ever say like, Stassi, don't do that?
No. I mean, my parents are so used to it. My dad just says, can you not curse and can you not get naked? I'm like, no and no.
No promises.
No.
This is my brand.
And my brother loves to be on Vanderpump Rules.
Oh,
he loves filming.
Really?
He was so excited when he had to like go and get his like child work permit thing. And oh my God, he felt like such a boss.
That's so sweet. But also he is so wise. It's like insane how spot on he is about like
everything.
Yeah.
What do you attribute that to?
I don't know, because I'm not wise. So, and I'm the eldest of all my siblings.
Sure.
I don't understand where it was like he was just born a little Buddha.
Yeah. Some kids are just like, they observe, and they like are little sponges, and they take it all in, and then they can filter it back out. Is this true that you were on a reality show called Queen Bees?
I hate you. I really dislike you right now. I'm so embarrassed.
No, the only thing is that this was on The N, and I interned in college for The N for like 3 years.
You did?
Yeah, that I'm shocked that I did not see that this show came through, because I had to watch
I think 5 people watched it.
So it aired. The whole thing aired.
Yeah, I came in last place.
Oh.
It was about being a mean girl, and I was like, "Wait, hold up! I lied to get on the show. I had no idea what this was about. I made up things." Like stories. It was basically they put like 7 mean girls, 7 queen bees in a house. And they had to reform us to see who could change the most. And we had like therapy sessions daily. God. And so I legitimately.
With like a real therapist?
Yes. And I remember being like all of us were like, fuck, like we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. I'm 18 years old, just like out of high school.
Yeah.
And I lied and said that I used to like haze girls and like make them go and sleep in the cemetery like overnight if they wanted to be my friend. I'm like, I've never done that shit. So I'm having to like really do method acting with this therapist for the sake of making a good show.
Oh,
man. I am so mean. I can't believe I've done these things. It was so awful. But yes, I came in last place.
Oh, but it's okay because...
Does that mean you're the most mean girl or the least mean girl?
It means I was the most mean. I guess I didn't change.
So
that's
but I was like, well, I can't change something that I'm
lying about.
I'm lying. I'm like, I don't know how to change.
Oh my God. There's so many levels to this. It's hard to parse.
I had nightmares for months after filming that show. Like that I was being brain fucked.
Well, then why did you sign up to do another show?
That's different.
Because you knew you could be honest on this one?
And these are your friends?
I wasn't being, this isn't a competition. This is my friends. It's just.
Right.
Wait, did they put you all in a house for this show all together?
Yeah. I was on The Amazing Race when I was a wannabe gothic teenager in high school.
You were on The Amazing Race?
Yes.
Wow. How many reality shows have you been on? You're just like making the rounds.
When are you doing Big Brother?
Oh, hell no.
Really? That's where you draw the line? Yeah, that show's so intense. It gives me anxiety.
No.
I watched
or Survivor. That show's really intense.
No,
I couldn't do that.
I couldn't do that.
Amazing Race is a maybe. How was that experience?
Well, it was the only family edition. I like curse my dad's name like when
you
I think about
dad?
it. My dad, my brother, and my stepmom.
Wait,
and you were the gothy daughter?
Yeah. It was the only season that did families of 4.
Cool.
So all 4 of you had to race? That seems so
That's brutal.
Cumbersome. Yeah, that
sounds brutal.
That seems that's gonna like bring families really close together or tear them
apart.
My
dad and my stepmom got a divorce because of something my brother said on camera.
Oh my God, dude. That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes reality shows are what it takes to shine a light on a problem.
Oh, no, it was intense. Yeah.
But that's so insane. Wait, what place did you guys get in that season?
Not a good one.
Okay.
But you weren't the first ones kicked out.
No, we were like, we lasted like 4 episodes, but we got eliminated in New Orleans, which is where I'm from.
Right.
Yeah, it was so embarrassing.
Oh,
but that's like weirdly full circle.
We should know everything.
Really well.
Oh my God. I'm going to New Orleans for WrestleMania this year and I'm so pumped. It's going to be the
Is it the first time you've ever been to?
No, okay. I did a travel series with my friend Mamrie called Hey USA. We went to New Orleans and we did the running with the bulls where the people dress up like bulls and they like spank you on the butt. You wear all white. They were like in roller derby, like.
Wait, I've never done that.
Yeah, this is news to me.
Yeah,
so let's step back. People dress up as bulls.
It's like a roller derby team that are supposed to represent the bulls, like in Spain when they do running with the bulls. It happens like 8 a.m. Everyone's shit faced already, and you wear all white like they do in Pamplona, and they come out and they just have like things to smack you on the ass with, and
like little paddles.
Yeah, and Mamrie and I were so hungover that we were still drunk doing it, being like, "The fuck is happening?" And it was honestly terrifying.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, so you like run, walk, and drink at the same time, and wait for
while
these like women.
Roller girls are coming and slapping you on the ass. With paddles.
I mean, honestly,
really
it's super fun, and then everyone just hangs out and drinks afterwards.
Right.
Like you're done by like 9 a.m. It's like you have a full day ahead of you.
Oh, I need to look this up. I can't believe I've never heard of this.
It's super fun. We had never heard of it until our producers were like, "You're going to this thing," and we were like, "Oh no,
it sounds
we
insane.
were out too late the night before." But it was super fun. Yeah, do you go back to New Orleans fairly often?
Yeah, like 3 times a year. Because my dad's still there. My friends that I grew up with are still there. So
I can't imagine living there, like growing up there, because it's such a party, town.
Well, I mean, you're only in the French Quarter and downtown, so like 10 minutes outside is like where we all live. That's where we all live, and then. But it doesn't take that long to get. It was nice.
Yeah,
it was. I like had a really good childhood.
I was
gonna
say,
nice.
what was it like being a teenager, like 10 feet away from Bourbon Street?
Oh, well, you only had to be 18. I still think it's like this to get into bars. You technically couldn't drink, but to get into bars, you had to be 18. So we had 18 fake IDs. You know what I mean? Like 18-year-old fake IDs.
Yeah.
So
I thought you personally had 18 different fake IDs that you're like, this one
Today
doesn't work.
I am Anne.
It sounds great. It sounds like a super like weird, fun place to grow up that makes you like, nothing is that weird because I've seen everything by the time I'm 18 years old.
Yeah. No, you're right. Like I remember being like 15, 16 years old and going into one of the strip clubs on Bourbon Street. And it was literally someone, can I say this? A guy was going like from the audience, got up and went down on the girl on stage. And I'm like, this is what a strip club is like? Holy crap.
Yeah, that is not standard.
That is not standard. I realize that now, like since I've been to other ones.
You're like every other strip club you go to, you're like, this is tame. This is boring.
Oh my God.
That sounds insane. The other funny thing is you and your friends call each other the witches of WeHo.
Tom Schwartz started that.
Is that how it started? I was going to ask, how did that start?
Yeah, because me, Katie, and Kristen were just doing our normal thing, sitting around one of our apartments, drinking, and just like, churning the cauldron or
putting
whatever.
Eyes of New into a thing.
Yeah. And Schwartz is like, look at you guys. Look at you guys. You guys are like witches. Like you're like the witches of WeHo. And I'm like, what did you just say? Like, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So
very catchy.
We
also, that's
ran
a great
with
impression. No, that's great. I saw you guys this season were decorating your scooters that you were riding around. Is that a real thing that you guys do?
My boyfriend has it now because he
has the scooter?
Yes, he literally lives 2 blocks away.
Okay.
So, and I'm like, it's an eyesore in my apartment.
So he scoots to you?
You can scoot to me in my glittery scooter.
And then you can just put a tracking device on it, and then you don't have to worry about anything.
Right.
No, I read somewhere that your boyfriend has not watched Vanderpump Rules at all.
He now he watched this an episode last week, and he watched the first episode of the season.
But like when you guys had met, he had no idea or no concept of what that was.
I mean, he knew like he was friends with Katie and Kristen and a lot of the people, so he knew what it was. He doesn't have cable. He watches like he uses his Apple TV and like watches. You know what I mean?
So pure.
And he's also a dude.
Yeah. So it's not
really like
he's not in the demo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. But that also must be super refreshing to be able to have this other person that you're like, you don't have any like stake in this world that I live in.
My last boyfriend was like that too. He'd never watched anything.
Yeah.
So I'm used to that.
Okay.
I haven't really had anyone. I've never dated anyone that was like.
I feel like that would be difficult to do because I feel like they would unintentionally like coach you. They'd be like, I saw last week's episode. You really shouldn't have said that.
Oh, that would drive me fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I could never handle that. No.
Yeah.
No way.
Any sense of judgment on that level? Yeah, no. That would be bad. But yeah, then I guess if that's what you're used to, then it doesn't seem too odd or too like just displaced.
Like the alternative, like what you said, is way worse. Like that is like way weirder to me. Yeah.
What does your boyfriend do?
He works in casting.
Oh, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So he casts reality shows?
How do you think she was on 3 reality shows?
I was like, you did it. Your dogs are adorable.
They really are.
You have 2.
Yes.
And what are their names?
Zoe and Luda.
Zoe and
after
Luda.
Ludacris.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Why not? Looks, very similar. The how old are they?
So Zoe is 14 or 15.
Really?
She was Jax's family's dog.
Whoa. Okay. That's a lot to unpack, but she got it.
And Jax had told me that when I adopted her that she was 4. Then I found out 2 years ago that no, she was actually 7 or 8. And
that's so Los Angeles.
It's so mean.
Just shave a couple of years.
Yeah.
It's so mean though. So
but then you're
I
like,
thought
now
she was
have way less time with this creature that I have a connection with now.
I thought she was like 8 at the time or 10 or whatever. And now I find out that she's way older and it really fucked me up. It really did.
Wait, and how old's the other one?
She's 3.
She's 3. Okay. So at least they have each other. At least you have one that's still a little bit younger than the other one, if it needs to fade out in any way. But that's a hilariously terrible prank to pull on someone.
Yeah, really.
Guess what? 4 years later, the dog you took from me is way older than you think. Have fun. Do you have, it must be weird, and I can attest to this too, after just like documenting my life in social media and stuff like that. Do you look back on any moments of the show and you're like, ugh, I wish I could delete that from history?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, because I get wasted in like every scene. So I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, there's a lot of that.
But there's something refreshing that you're not controlling yourself to like seem like a different person on camera.
No, I know. I always say, when people are like, what do you have? Like anybody who wants to go into reality TV, which they shouldn't, but what advice do you have? I'm like, you gotta just let go. You have to really, in order to make good TV, you can't overthink anything. Right. So honestly, get wasted and just fuck up. Yeah. And just let it all like hang out there.
But that's what's inspiring. I think people hold you to a different standard because you've been, like you said, depicted as the villain on this like reality show. And so being able to admit fault, I think, is ultimately way more impactful in that kind of situation than if you're just the girl that's like floating through, not making any mistakes, not like having any real human moments.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have the most followers.
Done. When is a book coming out? It's a really logical next step. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, it is a logical next step. Cool. And that is something that is around.
In the ether.
Yes.
Got it. Well, on that awkward note, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. We have some Twitter questions for you and I have a couple more questions. So we'll be right back with Stassi. Stay tuned for more Not Too Deep right after this.
Not too deep.
Hey, Grace.
Oh, hey, Jack Ferry.
You know, there are times when we all need a little energy boost.
Don't come for me, but yes.
And here's the thing. A friend of mine named Grace recently introduced me to Forto organic coffee shots, and it has changed my life.
You're welcome.
Forto, for those of you guys who don't know, who don't have Grace in their lives every day, bringing them new things.
And you're welcome.
Forto comes in 2-ounce shots that look like teeny tiny coffee cups.
They make you feel like a giant. It's the cutest thing ever.
They're adorable. Just pop off the top and drink for a super quick, clean energy boost, the best you've ever had. And as you guys may know about me, I am a bit of a coffee connoisseur.
He is.
And because these things are made with only organic, natural Colombian coffee, they don't give you any jitters or make you crash. And they've got 100 milligram and for people like me, the 200 milligram energy flavors, which are basically equal to drinking 1 or 2 large cups of coffee, respectively. So there's something for every energy level.
And I'm a big proponent of this because if you're on the run, if you're on the go and you don't have time to make yourself a cup of coffee or you don't have time to sit in like a Starbucks line, they're super, super easy and the flavors are awesome. I have like a baby palate where I just want like sugars and sweets. And they have this Hershey chocolate flavor that tastes like chocolate milk. That it's like, it's a little dangerous because you want to drink like 5 of them, but I know I shouldn't. But honestly, if you have any sort of lifestyle where you just need to get up and go really easily and not overthink anything, they're fantastic.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just I hit that like afternoon lull and they're great for just slam this real quick. And the next thing you know,
it's like a little dessert.
Yeah, a couple minutes later, you're feeling really good. So here's the best part. You can buy Forto organic coffee shots right now at a huge savings for our listeners. You guys, and only you guys, literally no one else can get this unless you tell other people to use this promo code, and go ahead and do that. But you guys can get 30% off with this promo code, GRACE.
What a unique concept.
At fortocoffee.com. That's FORTO coffee.com.
And you heard Jack right. That's 30% off only for you guys. Forto is normally at $15 for 6 organic coffee shots, but with our code, it's only $10 for 6 coffee shops and shops.
3 for 6 coffee shots.
I mean, I'm projecting because now I want to like franchise them and like make them into a Subway sandwich place and run one of them.
Right. Sure.
It's only $10 for 6 coffee shots and free shipping.
Free shipping, guys. Come on. Come on.
Take advantage of this deal now and you'll thank me later. Go to Forto, FORTO coffee.com and use the promo code GRACE.
Not too deep.
Jack, guess who is sponsoring today's podcast?
I can't talk to you right now, Grace. I'm so busy trying to go grocery shopping. I've got so much to get and prepare for tonight.
I'm glad I caught you in the middle of the grocery store to tell you about our new sponsor this week. It's Freshly.
Oh, Freshly. That sounds interesting. Tell me more.
Yeah, it sounds like you're tired of spending hours on dinner and trying to master those meal kits.
Yes, I am so frustrated. Yes.
Well, Freshly is a new way to get dinner on the table in no time because their chefs cook and deliver delicious, freshly prepared meals so you can eat healthier without any of the work.
Ooh.
And each meal is made to order just for you, and they have a rotating weekly menu of more than 30 options, so there's always something new to try.
That's amazing. I usually just eat the same thing. So
Yeah,
that's
I
really
know.
nice to rotate
You're a
through.
creature of habit.
I am.
Freshly chefs and nutritionists make sure that every meal is all natural, nutritious, and made with high quality ingredients. You can come home late and still have a delicious chef cooked meal waiting for you. And I can attest to this. They sent me a box of delicious meals, and I tried their Sicilian style chicken parm with broccoli. It's fantastic. They do their own take on chicken parm, and it's super interesting. They use almond flour for the breading, so it's low carb, and it comes with a side of broccoli, so you feel super light and healthy after eating it. Plus, it's just like already portion controlled for you, which is a nice thing to not have to think about at all.
Sure.
So I'm a big proponent of Freshly. I think it's super easy, super nutritious, and honestly better than a frozen meal that you get in a grocery store to heat up.
Now I have a question.
Yes.
Let's say I wanted to try Freshly today. What should I do?
Well, in fact, you should go to freshly.com/grace and get $20 off your first 6 dinners. That's $20 off plus free shipping at freshly.com/grace.
Awesome. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, why are you not? We're back with Nastasia, to use your proper name.
I only want you to call me. I want you to only call me Nastasia.
Yeah. It sounds like you're a figure skater, and I love it. Okay, let's say you were to make Vanderpump Rules into a movie. Who in traditional Hollywood would you cast as yourself and your castmates?
Okay.
I like that you
let me think.
Sincerely took a second.
Yeah, I really did. Like, that's actually a really tough question.
I can imagine.
I'm gonna flatter myself right now,
Okay.
and just say Kate Hudson for me.
Perfect.
I would just like shave a few years off, and then
There you go. She sells movies.
Listen, I have an obsession. I
Really?
love Kate Hudson so much. Or you know what? If I had to be realistic, then I'd go with Emma Roberts.
That's great. I think that's a
Did
great
you ever
one.
watch Scream Queens?
Yeah.
I never watched it.
She's great.
Oh, I had an obsession.
Is it gone?
Yeah, it got canceled after the second season. But the first season is just like it's gold. It's
pure.
Just you really have to. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and
Okay.
she is great in it.
She
I
did
think
my
she's
podcast
fantastic.
and she told me that she made it. I think she made a joke, but it got picked up everywhere. But she's like, I'm pretty sure that whoever wrote Chanel Oberlin, her character, based it off of you on Vanderpump Rules. I'm like, okay,
Whoa.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I'm putting that on a pillow, so I need to commemorate that. Okay, that's a great casting.
Honestly, there's so many cast members that I don't even know where to go.
Let's just do you, Katie, Kristen, and Jax.
This is really hard. Honestly, I'm trying to narrow down actors in
Personality
my
types.
head, and I'm really struggling with it right
We
now.
can help.
It's tough.
Just-
Okay,
just-
Let's discuss this together.
Right.
Let's go
Just-
with Jax.
Jax. My first was Zach Galifianakis.
Oh.
Jax is
I
Jax-
was thinking like Mickey Rourke.
Whoa.
I mean, it's like over the years, so much has changed.
Right.
and lots of plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I think it's appropriate.
Holy moly.
I'll take that. Okay, Kristen. Ooh, I mean, she's so much in my brain since you said it, like Monica from Friends, that it's hard to like break that sort of
Like, let's think of
casting.
someone a little like erratic. She's
Mhm.
one of the best people I know, so mothering and just loves to take care of things. I always say she could like run a small island.
I'd say like
Run a small island.
But she flails, her limbs
I
are
was gonna say
long, and she
Courtney
just
Love.
Oh, I
There
like
you
that.
go.
That's funny.
That could be. I mean, Courtney Love seems nurturing, but also like a maniac.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's great.
And then for
Katie is somebody who is typically very level-headed and
Uh-huh.
wise and really like thinks about what she says before she says it. But then when she drinks too much, she turns into a demon.
Oh, yeah, no. And I've always wondered if that's something where it's like just storing or harboring stuff without communicating it. And then all of a sudden it
The
explodes.
floodgates open.
Not saying I can relate directly and exactly to that as a character trait, but just supposing that might be part of the problem. I don't know who would be cast as her character has been so interestingly portrayed on every season. Like this season, she just seems like a completely different person.
Yeah.
But I'm sure to you guys, you're like, not much has changed.
I mean, no, I've noticed a change. We've all noticed a change in her.
She's married.
Like last year, it was so stressful for her. And there was
Right.
just a lot going on. She just seemed kind of angry and frustrated with everything. And this year, it's been a complete change. But no, don't get me wrong. Like when she drinks too much, like she can be an asshole. Like that still goes on.
It's just not caught on camera as much anymore.
Yeah.
So that's what's changed. I don't know who her character would be. I'd leave that up to the audience to decide if they have any
Tweet
ideas.
us.
Tweet
at
us.
us. Let us
Tweet
know.
us. What is your favorite? Because we were talking before about like true crime and murder, and your birthday party was like murder themed. What is your like number one go to either horror movie or like true crime series, docu-series, anything?
Oh, okay. Well, I would put horror movies above true crime docs and podcasts. I love horror movies. It's my favorite thing to watch.
See, I'm so opposite. I can't. I'm like such a puss. I can't watch.
You're obsessed with true crime.
I'm obsessed.
You hate horror.
I hate horror,
That's
which is
so
so weird
strange.
because the true crime is the real stuff that should
it's
scare me
horrifying.
more than. I think it's just the graphic nature of horror films I don't like,
Yeah.
I
or
love
the
it.
suspense. Like suspense, I think just gives me too much anxiety.
Have you ever seen The Conjuring?
Yes, they're so good.
It took
1
me like
and
4
2.
times to like watch through the entire movie. It was so scary.
Really?
Those
I
are
had to
really
stop watching
good.
it.
Well, what's your go-to?
God, I don't.
Or is there one that you haven't brought yourself to watch yet
No.
because it's too far? No?
Oh, The Human Centipede.
Oh, really?
I haven't watched that one yet. I'm really scared of that one. That just because it's like,
But that
one's
one
really
seems a
gross.
little disgusting
Really
more than like
gross. It's
suspenseful.
gross.
You watched it?
Yes, it's disgusting.
okay, I still have to watch it.
And it seems like something that you just can't unsee once you've seen
Yeah,
it.
and-
That's why I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
And it's everything you think it is. It's,
Right.
There's really no story. It's just disgusting. It's just like it's like one note. It's just like, what if, you make a human centipede? And
then it's like they make a human centipede
yeah.
and it's playing that out.
Oh,
All
God.
right.
And it's horrifying. Yeah.
One day, I'm going to get there.
Would you ever want to be in a horror film?
Yes.
Is there one that's already made that you're like, that's the one? If they remake that, I want to be
I would
that.
do anything. I would do the worst of the worst. Like I would do like D- list horror films if I could.
D- list.
100%.
I mean, those get made every day. I feel like this is a very attainable
Hit
goal.
me up.
Yeah.
Maybe go to Emily at truepr.com.
I feel like this can and should happen.
I feel
this
like
feels
it should
very
too. Listen,
attainable.
I was in Sharknado.
You
4
were?
or
I
5.
literally was just going to
You don't
say.
remember which number it was?
I literally was just going to say, if Tara Reid can be in Sharknado, you
Yeah.
can be in your own horror film.
Hit me up.
Wait, you were in Sharknado?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I did a really good job.
What?
You should probably go watch it.
Well,
Where-
hang on. The standard bar on that movie is very high.
Do you
'Cause the
no, I
performances
did
are so great.
I want
Yeah.
you to go and watch it.
It's,
going
I mean,
to
it's
now.
Shawshank Redemption for horror films.
Oh yeah,
It's really good.
Yeah, it's unbelievable on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, wait, what was your part?
I was an astrophysicist.
Okay.
Naturally. That's about right.
How did you get approached about this?
I
They just emailed you or like, we have a part that
Yeah.
you're perfect for?
either my publicist, either Emily did or somebody. I can't remember who actually did. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, that sounds like so much fun." And normally you're only in like one little scene,
Right.
and you get eaten. I was in a lot.
Wait, did you die?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got eaten by the Sharknado.
But people can come back to life. I mean, it's
Yeah, there's no rules in that
Sharknado.
universe.
come on, guys, bring me back.
Well, they could have cloned you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
an astrophysicist. Can't those people figure
Sure.
those things
They're very
out?
smart. They
Makes
never
sense to
die.
me.
If we find out astrophysicists actually never die, that would be very enlightening for all of
There you
humanity.
go.
I'm sure you've been asked this a million times, but which Real Housewives franchise would you want to be a cast member on?
New York.
Really?
I love New York Housewives.
Is there one in particular that you love?
Like
They're
one cast member.
They're coming back.
They're always back.
They've never stopped.
Yeah.
No,
They're the
they-
Been
greatest.
going on forever.
I'm kind of scared of them. So I don't know that, like, I mean, Dorinda's, I've met her a million times and she's so nice. She's
She's
so kind.
Amazing.
But I everybody else really scares me. Like Bethany really scares me.
Oh yeah.
Ramona scares me. Luann scares me. I met her too, but I've met them all, but like they do scare me. But
Sonia's the greatest comedian of our generation.
I literally was about to say the MVP is Sonia Morgan.
She's the most wonderful, and I'm a little bummed that she stopped drinking as much and she isn't as free as she used to be in like previous seasons, because she literally is just like the stuff that they must edit out of these episodes. Oh, yeah. I'm like, just give me a Sonia blooper reel, please. That's all I want. I will pay for it.
Reality TV gold.
Truly. I mean, it's a testament that she's been on how many seasons of that show now? It's insane. She's like one of the originals, maybe?
I don't know. That show, I feel like it's been running for 20 years now.
Yeah, no, it's true. I know. Before Skinny Girl was even a thing.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, when she was just selling muffins at the grocery.
Yeah. And then putting a customized Skinny Girl wrap on her car and just driving around.
Yeah.
She's a gem, but a real testament of what hard work will do for you. Okay, Stassi, I'm going to ask you the 2 questions I ask every guest that's on the podcast, and then we'll get into some Twitter questions. The first question is, who, alive or dead, would you most want to throw cold spaghetti at?
Ooh, cold spaghetti? Mm-hmm. Charles Manson.
Okay.
Oh, right. Good answer.
This feels a little fetishized, knowing that you have a knack for horror. Okay. No follow-up questions. And
Good
then
answer.
The other question that I ask everyone is to tell us your worst pants shitting story or close call, but you can only use 3 words or small phrases. So mine is college jogging front lawn.
Well, this was on Vanderpump Rules. I had to talk about it. So mine is car on my hand.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Oh God.
All right. Well, again,
Oof.
no follow-up questions. Paints a picture. We'll get into Twitter questions, but first we do a little segment called This is Curious, where we found something that you posted on social media from the past, and we just think this is curious. So what's the backstory here? And we have, I think
my dad.
This is speaking of you and your dad being amazing contestants on The Amazing Race, this is a tweet from 2013, June 19th. It says, I'd like to introduce everyone to my aunt, uncle, and nieces, Schroeder family for life. And the photo is you and your dad and some skeletons.
That's a real good one. I need to repost that. I need to repost that. That's fantastic.
What's happening here?
This was at the Universal Studios Horror Nights. My dad visits me and my brother a lot. And we always go every October. And so that's where we were. And I'm like, Dad, let's take a photo in front of it and let's come up with a good caption. So that's
there you go.
Yeah.
Your dad looks like a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a party animal.
Really? Is that where you get it from? I mean,
it's a New Orleans thing.
Yeah,
it's a New Orleans thing.
He
drives with roadies.
Oh yeah, I mean that's also a Jersey thing too. But
should I not say that?
Why?
I mean, because you guys
in New Orleans, it's kind of
you
what
guys
people
literally
do.
have drive-throughs to get.
Yes, we have drive-through daiquiri bars.
Yeah,
yes.
we went to one.
That's crazy.
And it's just a whole row of frozen daiquiris, like pre-made, that you just choose from, and it's like literally adult in a kid's candy shop, just being like, all of them, please.
Yeah,
do like the suicide soda, where you just get all of them put in one. Yeah. What's the biggest? Because Jack and I are from New Jersey, and there's a billion stereotypes about people from New Jersey. But what's like the biggest stereotype about someone that's born and raised in New Orleans, if there is one?
Oh, I think maybe that we all eat like weird shit like nutria. And
what's that?
Really?
Yeah,
it's like
I don't actually know what it is either.
Oh, it's an animal that's gross and it looks like possum-y, I guess.
What does it taste like?
I don't eat it. That's the thing. It's like that we're like swamp people that just like
swamp
eat and
people?
weird. Yeah, like I hear that all the time. Like just New Orleans who are like swamp people that eat alligator nutria and like
But do you eat gator?
I've tried it, but no.
But it's not something you do.
No.
But I can assume that that's something people assume.
Yeah, people assume that New Orleans people are just like backwoods kind of.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
fun.
I guess.
What a fun stereotype.
Oh, we have a photo of a nutria. That is gross looking.
That looks like
a mole. Or like a mole rat or something.
An otter that's having a bad time.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Good to know. You learn something new every day. We're going to get into some Twitter questions now. Rachel H. Scola says, OMG, what are her fave places to visit when she's in New York?
Oh my goodness.
Because you travel there a lot to do like Watch What Happens Live and stuff.
And I used to live there I lived there for 6 months.
Okay.
I'm I'm trying to think of like what I do when I get there.
Where did you live in New York?
The East Village.
Oh, very cool.
Where in the East Village?
I was on 5th Street and 2nd Ave.
Fun.
I lived on 2nd and A.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to love going to Alphabet City. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York is fun. That's where Jack and I met years and years ago.
Really?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
lived there for like 15 years.
Okay, I love it. It's
Yeah,
but
ditto.
there's no space.
Yes, that is
And
the
I-
reason I live here now.
Yeah, it's like I would love to live in New York again, but I have no place to put anything, and I have to like walk to the Starbucks if I want to go number 2 if
Yeah.
I'm with my.
You create a
boyfriend or
mental
something.
map of where all the best public bathrooms are
Oh,
in New York. and
that's
you
my
live there.
favorite part of New York is the fact that they have like single stall bathrooms.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
you don't have to like go in like a whole line. So I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
oh my God, this is fantastic. I could go number 2 everywhere I go here.
And then I just leave like a phantom and I just hang out here. I know. That's why I kept saying, I was like, there has to be an app. There must be one that exists now.
Oh, there was like a book that was like where to go.
Yeah,
It was
that's literally
like
just a
broken
map of.
down by neighborhood
That
of
is
every place.
so
you can
good.
go.
I had a
Yeah.
bagel place on 23rd. That was my holy grail. It was the best. It was so clean. It was
Oh
so
yeah,
nice.
I tweeted out the code to the Whole Foods bathroom on Houston
That
Street.
is his. I used to
And
go
I
to
got-
that one.
I got like thousands of retweets.
That is fucking. That is
Yeah.
amazing. That makes me. Oh my God! I wish I would have thought of that. I wish I would have thought of that.
But
That is so good.
What did you do when you like? What was your day in and day out life like when you lived there for a couple months?
So this was when I was actually working with that jewelry line and working
Okay.
with this company called Shop Prima Donna, which I don't think is around anymore.
Okay.
But I was moved there to be with my boyfriend,
Mhm.
and I kind of was like trying to figure myself out.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
And doing whatever I could and just trying to hustle a little bit. I did not have a lot of money. Like
Well,
that,
that's-
I legitimately there. I remember one time he asked me like go get like tomatoes or something, and I'm like, it was
I
rough.
can go look at
Oh,
them.
man.
I was like, I need to do an Instagram post first to get some money.
Oh my god.
No, and it's insane. I mean, to live in the East Village, especially, like New York is expensive across the board. I only lived
Hell
in
yeah.
Brooklyn for like the 5 years that I was there and in like shitty apartments because you have no money.
Yeah.
And all you're doing all day is paying for this and this.
even
and
if
this
you
and this.
have money, you have no money when
Yeah.
It's so insanely expensive.
Yeah.
Also, when you live here first and then go to New York, I feel like that's
It's-
just, you're not going to like have the best scenario.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Yeah. I think going to New York first and then coming here was way more helpful.
You're so grateful for what you get here.
For people being nice
Oh,
or
yeah.
even like kind of nice, not
Yeah.
even like truly nice. Okay, Tommy O'Donnell wants to know, would you rather share a room with Kristen or Jax?
Kristen. I mean, come on. Jax is a Neanderthal.
There you go. There you go. Story checks out.
Listen, Kristen may be hard to travel with,
Uh-huh.
but she's the best. And she's like my sister.
Yeah.
So when we fight about things, it's so ridiculous. It's so
But
ridiculous.
it's real. Like,
It's real, but it's a real fight. Like they
Yeah.
didn't catch it on camera. That's how real it was. So we
Right,
just
right.
had to talk about it.
right. Oh, right. Because that was in the most recent episode. Yeah. That
Yeah.
You guys fought, but it was like caught later. And then you had to like go back and like, describe what happened.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's when fights happen is like when you care about someone enough that they bother you in a way that you're
Well,
like,
I'm like, bitch, I don't have central AC in my apartment. And the first thing I said when I walked through the hotel like room, I was like, holy shit, I'm so excited to have central AC and go to bed and not have to like wake up at 7 a.m. and take my dogs out and just be really comfortable.
right.
And I walked into my hotel room because we were all right down the hall from each other. So
Yeah.
we were just drunk, just going in and out of each other's rooms and
Right.
having fun. And I walked in at like 2 a.m. or 3 or whenever it was. And the doors are open. It's hot. It feels like a sauna. There's smoke everywhere. It's dirty. And I'm like, holy shit. Holy shit.
Not
This
the paradise
This
I
is
wanted.
exactly the opposite. This is what I specifically said
Yeah.
cannot happen. And it just happened.
yeah.
It was really sad.
That's a bummer. And when you're like, this is vacation. This is supposed to be my
Like,
vacation.
if you want to like do all this, go into one of the other people's rooms that are
Right.
doing the same thing.
Right.
I had one request.
But you travel a ton with Kristen and
Yes, I
Tom.
never learned my lesson.
Or
Or Katie,
with Katie and Tom.
I still do travel a lot with Kristen as well. But
right. But you travel out with Katie and Tom, which is funny because you went with them on their honeymoon.
Mhm.
That's a little weird. That's a little strange.
It's not that weird when I tell you how it. Okay.
Okay.
They were there in Bora Bora for
Which
a
is
week.
beautiful. Yeah.
Stunning. And I'd always joked, like, you guys gonna take me on your honeymoon?
Yeah.
They said no. But after
they?
7 days of them being there,
they were bored.
I was single at the time, and they knew. They were like, they texted me. They were like, "Why don't you just come? We have like a couple days left." And I'm like, "Don't fuck with me." I was like, because I will show up.
Right.
And I go, "Why don't you guys sleep on it and text me in the morning if you're serious? Because I don't know if you're drunk or not."
Right. Yeah.
So
that's fair.
I waited a night, and I woke up, and
There's
Katie
a cooling
had
off period.
Yes, Katie had already sent me in the morning flight information so I could book my flight.
Oh, wow.
She sent me links so I could book my room or my hut all by myself. And I flew to Bora Bora by myself. And it was, I'm so thankful I did it. It was the most expensive trip I've ever gone on.
Because it's not a direct flight, right?
It's not a direct flight, and the huts are over $1,000 a night. And I had my own hut.
Yeah.
So it was just like...
Whoa.
It was a lot. And I couldn't understand anyone like trying to get there. And I'm like, this airport is the smallest little airport. No one's helping me.
Right.
You don't have service. And when you
You're
show
doing your
up,
own amazing race to get down there.
100%. And it's only couples.
Yeah.
I got on the boat.
Yeah. It's literally the honeymoon destination.
Only couples. And then when we arrived at the resort, we had to all take honeymoon photos, and I had to take mine by myself.
Oh no.
In front of everyone.
Wait, they make everyone take a honeymoon?
And I asked, I go, can I take it with my friend? They're like, no, like it's when you get, like, it's when you arrive here. It's like a thing. So I had to get up in front of everyone. And I have that framed in my apartment.
I was going to say, you have to commemorate that.
I have that framed, yes.
But that's also, what a weird initiation to welcome to the island. Now take these photos with each other in front of everyone.
Yeah.
But that's all. I mean, do you still travel with them?
Yeah, all the time. Like we spent New Year's Eve, us three together. We went to Palm Springs.
Oh my God.
That sounds great.
I mean, I always get my own hotel room because I like air conditioning, like my things to be the way that I like it.
No smoke.
You know, like I just want things to be comfortable.
Get that central air. That makes total sense to me. Someone's asking, Grace and Giggles, what's your favorite reality show? And who's your favorite reality show personality? If there is one.
Okay, so I'm going to list some reality shows that I love. Besides The Bachelor,
right?
Married at First Sight on TLC, 90 Day Fiancé
on TLC.
Dude, those shows are insane.
I just, awesome. Like 4 months ago, got introduced
crazy
to 90 Day Fiancé and lost like days of my life to just watch and catch up and binge all the seasons. It's insane to me.
It's freaking fantastic. It's so good. Oh my God.
Because you just don't know. You're every single twist and turn, you're like, are they for real? Or are they scamming this person?
So
I don't know.
Did you watch Married at First Sight?
Yes, I started watching.
That show's insane too.
I watched an episode that was randomly on TV like a couple weeks ago that they were just like they're almost to the end of their like 2-month mark or something. And I hadn't watched any of it before. So I was like, a lot of stuff was a little bit out of context.
Can I just tell you that, okay, if you watch a couple seasons ago, they took 2 of the people, a woman and a guy, and did this like second-rate version of The Bachelor on TLC. Where like they had to eliminate people and they had activities every single week.
And it was its own reality show?
As its own. So it was like Married at First Sight, Second Chances. And it was,
oh my God.
I stalked, they all had like just like 3,000 followers on Twitter. And I would follow all of them and be like, oh my God, they're saying this person's saying this. And they're like tweeting each other. I'm like, this is better because it was so much more real than The Bachelor. To me,
because they don't have their phones.
Yeah.
On The Bachelor.
Yeah,
so you're actually watching things unfold on Twitter.
And it's like a second show within a show.
It was so good. It was so good. And I love a lot of Bravo shows. I love Housewives and all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm Housewives obsessed. They're so good. I watched Beverly Hills this morning.
I can't watch Beverly Hills. It's too close. It hits too close to home that I can't.
It's your boss, technically.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah.
But I just recently started watching the Kardashians.
Oh,
really?
It's so I watched this on a plane because I also don't watch the Kardashians.
I didn't either.
Bored on a plane. It was like another marathon of them on E, and so I started watching it. I was like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I get it. It's so boring but awesome at the same.
It's like well produced mundaneness.
It's fascinating.
It is
how boring it is.
Yes, and I just can't stop watching. I spent a solid 8 hours just like I hung over like, oh my God, how have I not done this over the last 8 years?
It's literally, we're going to exercise and monotonally complain about something to each other.
Yeah.
And then we're going to
go shake a salad.
Right.
And eat it.
and then sit in a living room and talk about something, and then sit in a different living room and like maybe arrange a flower arrangement or something, and then sit in a different office. And then we're gonna go exercise again, and then we're doing the. It's ridiculous. It's like
scary.
It's
the
great.
Kind of show that like pets your brain. It's just like comfort food.
Yes, it is comfort food. That's exactly.
It's like really well made meatloaf.
Yes, that is exactly what it is.
All right. Well, Jordine Christie wants to know, what would you give to watch a cat walk down a flight of stairs like a human? Is this a thing for you?
And I don't like cats.
Okay.
But what would you give?
I'd like to see a dog walk down. I would give a lot.
To see a dog just walk like a human?
Yeah.
I think I'd be terrified.
Yeah, it sounds scary.
Like a lot of money I would do. Like, there's a lot. I would pay a lot to see a dog do
like
that.
Bora Bora
to see my dogs do that.
Okay.
Bora money.
Last question. Carly wants to know, how is the state of her liver? It's a champ.
Well, I haven't got it checked recently.
But just so none of you are concerned, she's on her way to the doctor after this podcast. So
I'm
things
sick
will be
and I'm still drinking Bloody Marys. So there's that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show up to my doctor and be like, what's up? I'm feeling great. I'm sweating and I think I have a fever, but like I've had 2 Bloody Marys.
I'll be like, all right, so there's a lot to unpack here, but thanks for showing up and taking concern in your own health. Oh, here's a quick last minute one. Victoria Lynn Oz, fuck, marry, kill James Schwartz Sandoval.
Mary Schwartz killed James and Sandoval.
Well, on that note, Stassi, thank you so much for being here today.
This is so fun.
Where can people find you online or in the podcast universe?
Stassi Schroeder on Instagram, and then at Stassi on Twitter, and then please listen to my podcast trip with Stassi.
Sweet. And we have a gift for you for
you do
making time. Don't get too excited. We have a fortune cookie that is
that's fun
for you.
This is fun.
So feel free to open it and read what the completely random fortune is that might be
like
inside.
a hard fortune cookie. Is it stale?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
it's stale as fuck, actually.
You don't need to eat it.
Yeah.
I actually want to eat it. So you guys made these. This is so cute.
Who, us?
This is adorable. Stassi, you will have great fortune in the future and hopefully have grace on an episode of your podcast.
Whoa, weird. What a fortune.
What a crazy fortune.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you get some ASMR in?
I'm trying to do it into the mic so that you can hear the chill.
She's dedicated. If you guys don't know Stassi, please go check her out. She is absolutely hilarious and really just so fun. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Of course. We'll see you guys next time on another episode of Not Too Deep. Goodbye.
Too deep, too deep, too deep, not too deep with Grace Helbig.
Hey friends, did you know that your skin can absorb up to 60% of what you put on it? So what goes on your skin is just as important as what goes in your body. Juice Beauty is a skincare and makeup line that is made with certified organic ingredients with the promise to always formulate without potentially harmful ingredients. Go to juicebeauty.com/grace for exclusive savings on your first order when you use the code GRACE20 at checkout. That's GRACE20 at checkout.
Not Too Deep is a production of Grace Helbig Incorporated.
Produced and directed by Jack Ferry.
Producer Melissa D. Mons.
With writing by Diane Kang. Audio support by Chris Henry.
Editing by Melissa D. Mons.
And an extra special thank you to Flula for the theme music.